Hello, everyone. Good morning and welcome to Morning Verses with Mike this morning. Thanks for getting up early and joining me. I sure appreciate it. As with every morning, do me a favor, and if you're gaining something out of these little episodes, just give them a thumbs up. Share this video. If you would please share the video on your social media, that would be fantastic. That would help to get the word out. And this morning we're going to be sharing from 1 Kings 17, verse 24. I'm going to click over here, turn that down. And for those of you that are joining us live, thank you so much. If you're joining later, regardless of what time it is where you're at, you're appreciated. And I would appreciate also, like I said, if you would share the video, that would be awesome. So getting into 1 Kings 17:24 this morning. First off, I do read from Every Man's Bible. It's a New Living Translation. It's a study Bible. And the book of Kings, book of 1 Kings here, talks about the perspective. Like in many other historical books, this shows us that men are easily led astray by doing what comes naturally. Their only hope is in doing what comes supernaturally. And I think that's a really good reminder. That's just kind of a perspective note in here. And it's just, when I read the end of that, I said, man, people do get led astray by doing what comes natural to us. But when we're invested in God, when we're invested in the supernatural, that is something that definitely has us accomplish more. So getting into the verse this morning, 1 Kings 17:24 says, "Then the woman told Elijah, 'Now I know for sure that you're a man of God and that the Lord truly speaks through you.'" You know, when we're talking about the book of Kings, no one knows exactly who wrote the book of Kings. And it's the story, the book is the story of Solomon's rule and then the downhill slide afterwards. And so as we're talking specifically in this chapter, we join the prophet Elijah. And he was a miracle worker at the time. He was a prophet. And it's just after he had prayed over a sick child that had passed and was laying lifeless. And he prayed and he prayed and he prayed. And then the Lord breathed life back into this child. And the child's mother knew that she could not doubt. She had to trust the prophet. She knew with absolute certainty that God was at work through him. So it's that remind, and I'm giving you a little context of the verse. Look, how did it happen? How did it come together? Because, you know, it's a strong statement to say, I know for sure you're a man of God. Well, how did she know for sure? It's because he had just spent time praying and the sickness was healed. This life was breathed back into this child. So it left no doubt. You know, right now where this verse speaks to me, it reminds us all of certain truths. You know, people's deeds, our deeds, what we do is important. What you do will always outweigh what you say. You know, there's so often we say many things because we want to accomplish something. We say because we want. But it's not until that action is taken that what we say and what we're doing become congruent and allow us to represent our faith and our belief. You know, it's one thing to believe it and say it, but once you start taking action, once people can see that that is taking place, it's always going to outweigh just talking about it. You know, the prophet could have told the woman, he said, look, I'll heal your son. He could have said that prior. If I recall in the verses prior, I don't think he even talked about it. He just picked the son up and carried him away and said, I'm going to pray over your son. He took action. With no action, there is no faith. There is no real faith. You must take action to spread that faith, to have a deep faith. So I'd encourage you this morning as we're talking, be wary of just speaking. Be wary of what others are speaking. Other people will say, they'll say, this is what I'm going to do. Well, this is what we need to do. Well, other people, it's easy. Words come off the lips easy, man. They do. But actions are where the real power and magic happen. Keep in mind, with action, when we take action, when we say and we do, and those things align, that's when we all can perform miracles. So that's the message for this morning. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and join me for this verse, 1 Kings 17:24. Please do me a favor. Give it a thumbs up. Share the verse. Share it on your social media. That would be awesome. I got to give a quick shout out. Jordan Thomas, thank you on seeing you on a live one. I know you always participate in these with me, my friend, whether it's, live or later, the two L's, live or later. But it's really good to see you. I know that you're up very early where you're at. So thanks for being a participant, man. I appreciate you. Glad to have you in my life. And for everybody else, I'm glad to have you in my life also. So please do me a favor. Like I said, throw those thumbs up, throw the likes, throw the loves, share the verse. And until we speak next, remember I do this every weekday at 6:15 a.m. Mountain and headed into the weekend. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon, everybody.